Hello, this is William McKissock with Schooley Mitchell, your expense reduction specialist. And remember my caveat, this is not my day job. Schooley Mitchell and myself have gotten together and we're trying to give back to the community and help promote other businesses through social media. And this morning I have with me Dennis Hartin with Hartin Dynamics. Good morning, Dennis.
Good morning. Good morning. It's good to be with you, man. I appreciate the invite.
You're more welcome. You're most welcome. So let me tell the viewers a little bit about you and your company, and then we'll get into some questions. So Dennis Hartin is with Hartin Dynamics, as you can see on the screen there. And what they offer is a better pathway to healthcare as employee benefits experts. So before we ask about what you do, Dennis, and how you do it, tell me a little bit about yourself and how you get into this business.
Oh, no, I appreciate it. Well, I consider myself more of a serial entrepreneur, but this is kind of the lane I've been in for probably the better part of 27, 28 years now going on, if I do the math. But I ran a big, large team with the national carrier for probably 25 years. And at the middle to the end of 2017, we decided to set out on our own and start our own firm, just because we felt like there's things that were not happening in Florida for employers that we wanted to make sure the message got out. So we formed our company. I partnered with a much bigger entity out of Kentucky, which is my home. And we are, I'm happily married with a fantastic wife. And I got two awesome boys that are in school. And one is doing a lot of what you're doing here. He's a professional YouTuber and has had some great success with that, running the marketing team. So anyway, we are new to Florida as of about 2014. So we're not natives yet, but we certainly love it here. And I, just love, what we do to help employers in the insurance space. So it's a complicated world, and we found a better path. We think we're just trying to get that message out. So I appreciate you taking the time to help us with that.
Yeah, you're most welcome, Dennis. So what is it you do? What does Hartin Dynamics do?
So when we say we secure a better path, so the thing that I had learned, we had seen some things that happened in Kentucky years ago that looked very much like what we know today as the Affordable Care Act. And we saw some of the fallout. There's some pros and cons, right, when the Affordable Care Act came out. And one of the biggest things that we see is just a lot of the really great strategies that help employers control costs are not really communicated. I think we're all we all kind of are used to the same thing. Our broker comes in, they give us a rate increase every year. We don't really know why it's going up. They tell us that we had some claims last year, which you kind of expect in healthcare. And ultimately we take a 10 or 15% increase. So what we do is help build for employers the exact same plan they have with any traditional carrier, but we give them control over what's happening in the plan, what the plan pays for and what it doesn't. We give them the flexibility to kind of own the plan. So we actively manage it on their behalf. So they really come out on the upside, because 4 out of 5 years for most health plans, you're gonna be well under what your expected costs are going to be, and you can keep that money within your company. So I know with your company, you're looking to save employers money. That's exactly what we do. The beautiful thing is you don't have to do it at the expense of the employee. In fact, you can help the employee provide a better plan and a better plan design and save money. That's what people don't realize, that it's actually available, but you kind of have to get out of the traditional space that we see most employers in. So they're just used to, I got to have one of the big carriers' name on the card because that's the safest way to get healthcare. And once we educate them on how it really works, especially here in Florida, we have found some dynamic savings, literally 20 to 40%. So it's we got a small charter school that we're working with. It's probably about 100 employees on the plan. And this year we will likely save them 100, maybe even as high as $200,000. I don't want to project that yet, but we've committed to save them $100,000 off just those 100 employees that they can put into other areas. And if you put that in perspective, they were spending $600,000 with one of the national carriers before we came in, but now they have advocates. Now the employees know where to go. They know where to get the best care. And it happens to save the health plan a significant amount of money.
That's music to my ears, Dennis, because as expense reduction specialist, we're always looking for ways to help our clients save money through our services, but certainly through introducing people that have other services that save businesses money. So anybody watching this video, we help businesses save money. This is another option for your business to save money. So please reach out to Dennis. His details are underneath his portion of the video. Please like and share this all over social media. Saving money is what it's all about, but if you can have an equal or better service, what we do at Schooley Mitchell, Hartin Dynamics does that with their services as well. So Dennis, you kind of touched on the difference between what you do and what other companies do. Can you elaborate a little bit further with that?
Yeah, so what makes us a differentiator is that I am a fee-based provider. I don't get paid historically commissions, right? So we try and work with the employer on things that are only aligned with their best interests, right? So we're an advocate for them. So if you think about how most insurance agents are paid, they get paid a commission. Well, if the rates go up, that percentage goes up and they make more money. And we just feel like the future of healthcare is going to require transparency. It's going to require people to work more like your attorney or your CPA might. So we work out based on a fee. So, you pay me a certain amount a month to maintain your case and maintain your employees and what their needs are. It provides all the same service. The plan looks exactly the same. The difference is, what's going on in your plan. And if there's increases down the road, if you think about that model, paying a broker a percentage of commissions is a little bit like paying your CPA more money to send money to the IRS. It just doesn't align with the goals of the employers typically. So that's a big differentiator for us. And because we're not beholden to some of the carrier bonuses and things like that, we can ultimately bring unique strategies to the table to help employers lower costs in certain areas. So maybe we target a group of employees and say, hey, we think this plan can work better for you. But we kind of look at it from a global perspective, take into account all of the options that are available. And, a lot of our plans, we try and plug in great forward-thinking strategies, but there's a lot of plans and a lot of employers that just want to start moving towards more progressive approach, but they just don't know how to get there. So we just help them walk down that path. It really is a crawl, walk, run approach. You don't have to jump into the deep end, but there's things you can do with your current plan that we can install quickly and that we can educate quickly to help your employees understand how to use their plan to benefit from the plan. If you think about, a lot of employers are offering benefits to attract and retain talent, but when the employees go and use the plan, they don't see the value in it. It's frustrating. It's a rough experience. We've just gotten to, as a community, a level where we expect a high level of service and a high level of transparency. I know more about the rubber bands I buy off of Amazon than I know about the knee surgery that I might have to go get. So we create that transparency for your employees so they don't have to worry and they know where to go. And when they go there and get treated, and they get treated effectively in the highest quality facilities, they're able to come back quicker to work, which is good for every employer. But for the employee, they go through less pain and struggle and likely cost.
Yeah. So Dennis, you work obviously business to business. So what is the shape and structure and size of a business that you predominantly work with?
So my nature is to try and help anybody. I've been in the business a long time. I know it's frustrating. So I do have some individuals that reach out to me from time to time and we try and assist. So we'll do everything we can for those people. But our target audience is really 25 employees up. It's typically an employer who's tired of being on that hamster wheel. They want some clarity around, what is this black box of increased healthcare spend that I get every single year? We're working as a company to improve EBITDA. And so, they want to know where are the costs going. And instead of it just going up every year, they want some control over that. So our typical clients are people that they want to know what's happening. They want some control over it, and they're tired of that hamster wheel. So 25 to 100 employees, we've got a lot of strategies that work extremely well. We had a lot of success with that in 2020. And then our real target audience, where a lot of our real success comes from, is groups that have 100 or more employees on their health plan. So, there's certainly a lot of options out there, but frequently what I find, people don't know these paths exist because they're not being delivered by their current broker, because their broker is required to really push things towards certain carriers.
Well, thanks for sharing that, Dennis. And again, anybody watching this video, Schooley Mitchell's all about reducing costs with equal or better services. Healthcare is a thorn in many businesses' flesh. So reach out to Dennis and his team to get that thorn pulled out, save some money, and get a better service. So anybody watching the video, again, please see Dennis's details underneath his portion. Like, share, spread this around the world. Let everybody see how wonderful Dennis and his team are. So Dennis, as a final thought, do you have any final thoughts you want to share with us?
Well, one, I would say, again, thank you. I think it's honorable. I love working with and surrounding myself with people who are trying to do the right thing and help people wherever they can. We try really hard to be on the right side of healthcare, is kind of a phrase that we use with one of my really good partners. I think what Schooley Mitchell does is unique, and it takes people sitting down for a minute and looking at things. And I don't know if you see this, but we find employers get caught in a trap. So they don't wait, or they wait until renewal season comes in. Their advisor brings them something that's 30 or 60 days out and says, this is the best we can find for you, and they run out of time for meaningful change. So what I would recommend, if I get anything across today, it's that don't wait. There's never a too soon to start having a conversation about what are options that might be possible. And those options don't necessarily mean shopping the market. Those options might be, what can we do in our current plan today that would have an impact for renewal? Because by the time renewal comes around, it's going to be what it's going to be typically. So what can you do today? And that's, if you're not getting that level of support, if you're not aware 6 months ahead of your renewal of what you think might happen with your plan that year, you may have the wrong advisor. And don't wait till the last minute. You can't make meaningful change on your health plan typically 60 days out. And that's what most people do. And it's kind of a game of the industry. So don't get caught in that trap. So reach out, have a conversation with me, have a conversation with William. I know his clients love him and he does amazing work. So thanks for helping me get the word out. And I certainly want our clients to know who you guys are as well.
Well, thank you, Dennis, very much. It's an absolute pleasure to have you on the show. Again, anybody watching this, please reach out to Dennis at his details below. It's all about reducing your costs and getting a better service. And that's what we offer. And that's what Hartin Dynamics offers. Again, Dennis, thank you very much for being here.
Thank you. Appreciate it, man. It's great.
I'll now hand it over to Dave for the weather.